3 legions of Rome's finest were massacred by breakfast. No swords were drawn, no shields were raised, just 1,000 men lying in their own filth, defeated by a flower. It remains history's strangest slaughter. The year was 67 BC. The place, the Pontic Alps. General Pompey the Great thought he was hunting a man. He was walking into a botanical nightmare. Rome was chasing King Mithridates, the Poison King. He knew he was outmatched. Rome had iron discipline. He had knowledge. He knew the land. He knew the bees. So he set the table. He lined the mountain road with massive jars, fresh, dripping honeycomb. To a starving soldier, this was a miracle. It was actually a death sentence. The Romans gorged themselves, but this honey was toxic. It was made from poisonous rhododendrons, loaded with greanotoxins, a potent neurotoxin. The soldiers didn't feel full, they felt drunk, then they went mad. Vision blurred, legs collapsed, they screamed at invisible demons, paralyzed on the roadside. High in the cliffs, the locals watched. They waited, they sharpened their axes. The harvest had begun. The Black Sea coast is treacherous, a wet, dark paradise. Here blooms the killer, Rhododendron ponticum. Purple petals mask a neurotoxic nightmare. It dominates the rugged hillsides. The plant is packed with greanotoxins. It is not subtle. It attacks the vagus nerve. It shuts down the body. Nature here is not kind. It is a loaded gun. Local bees feast on this nectar. They do not die. They distill the poison. They create a biological weapon. We call it mad honey. The Turks call it deli bal. 1 spoonful causes intoxication. 2 spoonfuls bring darkness, low blood pressure, vomiting, paralysis. It is a sweet, sticky coma. Enter Mithridates VI, the Poison King. He was a scientist of death. He consumed poison daily. He built a fortress of immunity. He knew every toxic root in Pontus. He saw the purple hills. He did not see beauty. He saw ammunition. He planned a feast for his enemies. Rome was arrogant. Pompey the Great demanded total conquest. He marched 3 legions into these mountains. They expected steel and shields. They did not expect biological warfare. The soldiers were hungry. They were tired. They saw beehives lining the road. They thought it was a gift. It was a death sentence. The terrain becomes the weapon. Pontus is a fortress of sharp stone. Narrow paths wind through the mountains. The locals know every crevice. They do not fight the legions head-on. That is suicide against Rome. Instead, they withdraw. They leave the path wide open, but they plant the bait. Wooden hives filled with fresh comb, abandoned right by the roadside, a gift for the conquerors. It looks like tribute. It looks like fear. Pompey's soldiers are exhausted animals. Iron rations are dry and tasteless. The smell of wild honey is intoxicating. It signals safety to the primitive brain. The enemy has fled. They left their harvest behind. Hubris blinds the commanders. A soldier stops to eat, then 10, then hundreds. They gorge themselves on the spoil. Sticky fingers, smiling faces. They think they have won. They have only swallowed the hook. The reaction is not instant. First comes the sugar rush, then the greanotoxin strikes. It attacks the vagus nerve. Heart rates drop, blood pressure plummets. The mighty legionnaires begin to sway. They act like drunkards in a tavern. Swords become too heavy to lift. Shields drop to the dirt. They vomit. They hallucinate demons. The most disciplined army on earth dissolves. They are no longer soldiers. They are invalids. The sweetness fades. Greanotoxins hit the nervous system hard. First comes the dizziness. The earth tilts sideways. Strong legs turn to water. Shields feel like lead anchors. 1 soldier vomits, then 100. Discipline evaporates. They are drunk. But there is no wine. The army is poisoned from within. Vision fractures. The forest begins to scream. Reality melts into nightmare. The Roman machine breaks down completely. Men stumble like erratic toddlers. Some fall into deep comas. Others thrash at invisible ghosts. Weapons drop to the dirt. Helmets are cast aside. They are naked to fate, vulnerable, broken. The heptacomites watch from the cliffs. They hold their fire. Patience is the true blade. They wait for the silence. The retching finally stops. 3 legions lie in the mud, paralyzed, helpless, a field of sleeping iron. The trap is absolute. Nature has disarmed the wolf. Pompey the Great arrived too late. He found only silence. 3 full cohorts were wiped out. Over 1,000 legionnaires, slaughtered like helpless sheep. There was no glory here, no epic battle line, just corpses surrounded by sticky wax. The master of the Mediterranean was humbled, defeated by a provincial beekeeper. He buried his dead in absolute shame. Rome famously erased its defeats. This was one they wanted forgotten. This was not a unique anomaly. History echoes. Centuries earlier, Xenophon marched through these same mountains. His Greek mercenaries found the hives. They feasted greedily. They collapsed. They acted like raving lunatics. Xenophon recorded the madness, but no enemy was waiting to slit their throats. They woke up with headaches. Pompey's men were not so lucky. The toxin is constant. The timing changed everything. Consider the plant's perspective. The rhododendron does not hate Rome. It fights for survival. The grayana toxin is a biological shield. It prevents pests from stealing nectar. It kills the weak. Bees are immune couriers. They carry the weapons safely. Mithridates understood this chain. He did not invent the poison. He just set the table. Pompey eventually won the war, but this battle was lost. 3 cohorts wiped out by breakfast. It was a tactical masterpiece. Rome learned to fear the landscape itself. They burned hives in retaliation. They interrogated locals about flora, but the dead stayed dead. Iron was useless against chemistry. The greatest army on earth was humbled by a bee. Hubris met its antidote. The weapon still grows. In the Black Sea mountains, purple rhododendrons bloom. Bees distill the grayana toxin every spring. We call it delibal today, mad honey. It is a legal hallucinogen, a dangerous delicacy. People still seek the high, but the toxin hasn't changed. 1 spoon might heal you. 5 spoons will end you. The trap remains set. We obsess over drones and missiles. We fear the new, but the Earth has older, darker weapons. The flower defeated the legion. Nature is the original bioterrorist. It does not negotiate, it acts. So watch what you consume. The world is not a backdrop, it is a combatant, and it is hungry. Sweet dreams.